everyone, Joy here. In this week's Minimalist home tour, I will point out a couple of changes around my apartment as usual, and I will actually focus on one specific area of my apartment where I have re-implemented a minimalist practice, which I used to do in the past, but sort of stopped doing. Again, this is an example of it's okay not to be perfect as long as we're working towards being better. It's a very small aspect that I'm going to point out, but I'm hoping that through this video, you can see minimalism isn't a harsh measuring stick where we compare ourselves with others and feel bad when we fall short or when we cannot keep up our practices and things like that. And it's okay to experiment, fail, laugh about it, and use minimalism to enrich our lives and help us focus on what matters to each of us the most. So without further ado, let's start this week's Minimalist home tour. Hello everyone, let's start this week's Minimalist home tour. We'll start in the bedroom as usual. As you can see, that's my floor bed. I have washed the cover and the blankets, so I'm very happy about that. And there's my little foldable table that I could use for multiple purposes. Over here, of course, I use my window sill to hang some laundry that are clean, and down here is how I put away the folded laundry. And over here, any laundry that's clean that I don't feel like folding yet stays in there. Now that we're at this angle, you can see I have a new floor mat. So for the bathroom, I used to use towel, but one thing I didn't mind using towel to dry my feet, but one thing I didn't like is sometimes the towel would not retain the shape. So it looked like I had some unfolded laundry, basically a dirty towel just thrown on the floor, and I tried it for a while and I just got tired of it, so I decided to change things up and get a foot mattress again, and that's fine as like returning to basics type of situation. So one of the things that I decided to do, and I used to do this in the past and which made my life easier, but over time I couldn't keep it up because, well, let's just go ahead and talk about what that is. It's actually my socks. And if you have seen some of the recent video where I tried on all my outfit, you would have seen gray socks, socks that are of different colors. I actually got rid of any socks that were different color, and I got 5 of the same pair of socks. So what would happen is I'll be in a rush in the morning, and sometimes one sock would not match with the other. So I just decided to go ahead and invest $5 basically to get 5 pairs of the same socks. So anytime that I reach out and grab anything sock shaped, I can actually match them up, and I don't have to waste any time trying to find the perfect pair of socks. So, which means I had to sacrifice the previous socks that I had, and I actually had to spend $5 more to get a pair of socks. But I know for a fact that this system has worked for me in the past. Again, this is an example of, experimenting, and even if you stray away from the truth that works for you, you could always come back and re-implement. And I suppose the price of my straying is $5, and that's fine, Sometimes people don't realize whenever they're decluttering, they're only focused on the price of an item that they have to declutter, and they forget to notice the price or the value of what they could gain from it. This way, I could actually save time in the morning and save stress. I'm not going to be mad at anybody, including myself, for not finding the right pair of socks. And time, you cannot buy time. This is the most valuable asset. So by switching to this and throwing away a couple of socks and paying $5 for the same pair of socks, I'm actually earning time, which is invaluable. It's the most precious resource in the world. And also I am reducing my stress, which is a very important aspect of my life. Because if I'm not angry or stressed and I'm having a great day, then I can use all that love and energy to accomplish more and to deliver to those who matter, for instance, my YouTube community and people that I care about in my life. So that's the thing that I wanted to mention about this week. Whenever you're decluttering, always focus on what you're actually gaining by doing that. It might take you a little bit of time to think about it, but I promise that's where the secret really lies. And again, don't be afraid to take a step back, take a step forward, take a step back again, and take a step forward again, And over here, you can see I'm hanging my work laundry here, and then my coat and my backpack. And we'll move seamlessly into my kitchen area. As you can see, it's quite clean today. Again, my 3 pairs of shoes, my sandals. I know it's winter, but I still have them out because sometimes I just like to wear sandals when I'm wearing socks and just run to the convenience store, which is only like 3 minutes away, or not even, like maybe 2 minutes. So that's that. For here is my laundry, and I've done my dishes, and you can see things are clean. I'm hanging these here so that they can dry instead of just soaking in their own wetness in the cabinet, which these rubber gloves, if you leave them wet for a long time without trying to dry them, they would actually go bad pretty quickly. But these have lasted a while because I'm always drying them like this. Over here, of course, my burrito. Sometimes I put the burrito in the fridge. We'll move down here because there's a surprise in the top cabinet, but we'll look in here first. Ta-da! As you can see, I have actually started putting my yoga mat down here because I don't use it as often, but I do use it sometimes. Very rarely, but sometimes, so I kept it in here. These are my running shoes in a plastic bag that I take to the gym because we have to wear the indoor shoes. And of course, the laundry detergent. The trash is full, I have to take it out, but it is the weekend, so they're not gonna take it. I'm not supposed to put it out on the weekend, so I'm keeping them in there for now. And I'll put them out on Monday. And over here, we'll move into the cabinet. We'll start from the bottom layer. As you can see, I've got some snack noodles, I've got some oil for cooking, and for those of you who are new, I use my kitchen cabinet to store pretty much anything, because just because it's in the kitchen doesn't mean I only have to store kitchen items. Again, I live in a small space, so I actually need to save a lot of space, and I need to utilize all the storage that I have, so that's what I'm doing. As you can see, and a couple of these, like literally all my plastic containers are actually here because my mom would give me something that she cooked, like side dishes and things like that. She likes doing that. She doesn't have to, but yeah. So after eating those, I would have these clear containers. I might keep them if I'm going to start cooking more, which is always my goal, but I always fall short, and that's okay. My intention is always to try and cook more. I actually did cook at least twice this week, so I'm very happy about that. And up here, of course, my packaged rice and some Spam and extra stuff like seaweed. And I didn't realize I had some of my survey papers for one of my papers that I'm writing in here, but that was actually on the top level of this cabinet. So yeah, I need to take that back to work again at some point. Speaking of top cabinet, ta-da! That's where I'm actually storing my luxury bags, which is just fine. This is just another storage, so it's just like a cabinet. And of course, we all know there's nothing really in here. And we'll move into the bathroom. First things first, I have some cleaning supply hidden sort of next to the toilets. The long white scrubber is for the floor and the toilets. There's a smaller scrubber here. It's for the surfaces and walls and things like that. And I have 2 mold killers. I have killed some mold in the bathroom. So over here is my shampoo and conditioner. I actually usually keep them up here, but I just put them down here because I just feel like having more of a cleaner aesthetic. Sometimes I go back and forth. Sometimes I focus more on function. Sometimes I focus more on aesthetic. And I think that's completely fine. And up here, I just want to show you my shower head is actually broken. So I kept them up there. And it's very easy to replace them, but I actually don't need to replace it to shower because the water still comes out and I just need to like angle it. So yeah, it's just not that important or that urgent. So I haven't fixed it yet, but of course I'll fix it before I move out and things like that. And over here is, you can see my lifestyle through what I own in the bathroom. But let's start up here first. You can see my razor. I got a new razor and a hairbrush. And down here is my toothpaste, the toothbrush that I'm using. And since I'm focusing a little bit more on skincare, which sometimes I just don't really care about myself like that, but I really should. And as you can see, I have my Vaseline for dry spots on my skin. And I have my deodorant, and I have this face emulsion. It's the first thing that I'll put on because I have eczema and my skin dries out very quickly after shower. So this is the first thing that I'll put on. And actually got myself some cream that I put on my neck and my face, and then I put on the body lotion on my entire body. So usually I used to just have one type of lotion and then maybe Vaseline, but I added these two to sort of, I guess, start taking care of my skin more. Speaking of skin, I also have these face masks that I use sometimes on special occasions. And there's a little hair roll for my bang. It's very easy to get like a nice volume in my bang with this thing. So yeah, that's it for my bathroom. I almost forgot to do a fridge tour. Ta-da, there's food trash that's been frozen. It's not completely full yet, so I don't need to worry about that for now. And over here, you can see I have a bunch more groceries. You can see there's some bean sprouts. I might cook some and take some to work. There's something that I cooked and I have eaten before. As I said, I am trying to cook more. You can see tofu, and that container is actually kimchi that my mom gave me and stuff like that. So yeah. And that, y'all, is my minimalist home tour for this week. And let's just go to the outro. So that was my minimalist home tour. I hope you all liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time with more video.